Well, I want to turn our attention now to questions about the graph. And as you know, a lot of my listeners are in the graph community and are always interested in different perspectives about the graph. Do you recall when you first became aware of the graph and what some of your initial impressions were?
So I was introduced to the graph basically when Eva joined, and my first impressions were that the graph is really fundamental infrastructure for Web3. It's a major dependency of the Web3 ecosystem at the moment, and for good reason. It's basically the data layer of the decentralized internet. I think that their Uber speaks is that it's, Google for blockchains or something, which is, I love it. But so if we truly envision the decentralized internet, then we have all of these things called dApps, right? That's the term, which is decentralized applications that instead of having centralized hosting and, centralized data silos, is that they can all operate and interoperate with these open protocols. And so that's what the graph is basically stewarding, is that they're that layer that allows these apps to communicate with each other and retain these experiences, these endpoints that are built on top of these open protocols. So, it's a highly developed protocol ecosystem and has a ton of builders and contributors. And it's definitely going to continue to be one of the biggest players in the space, in my opinion, and one of the most necessary ones if we want to bring about this Web3 vision.
So Abbey, does Radicle use the graph?
Yeah, absolutely. So Radicle is, a protocol. It's a network powered by a protocol. But the Radicle stack is also a network of clients, which are basically code collaboration experiences and apps that are being built by our contributors that allow developers to interact with the Radicle network in different ways. And, some of these apps, like our web client, uses the graph to query data relating to Radicle identities and our Ethereum integration. So we have a feature called Radicle orgs, which are basically sets of repositories that can be governed by a multi-sig and thus Ethereum identities. And so what's cool about Radicle is that you can actually link your Ethereum address to your local Radicle identity, which is a key pair, which represents your unique identity on the device that you're using to write your code. And so we use the graph to query this data and present it through our web client, which gives us the ability to, have a similar experience to GitHub or other centralized platforms that just query their own servers. And so it's a really powerful technology that definitely increases the usability of our code collaboration experiences and allows us to build out all these exciting new code collaboration features.